I I apologize for my appearance if I look kind of disheveled. I'm a quadriplegic and my caregiver didn't show up today. And that's what I wanted to talk about. For the last 2 days, well 2 out of 3 anyway, my 76-year-old mom has had to get me out of bed because my caregiver didn't show up. I've contracted to an agency to provide care, but they're doing a pretty good job. But if the agency decides not to show up, if the caregiver decides not to show up, there's nothing the agency can do. Apparently, the first caregiver had shingles, so they got a substitute, but they had car malfunctions this morning, and then the alternate also had car malfunctions, so there we are. In fact, we've had to contract to find help in Hong Kong because we can't find help in Canada to provide care because nobody wants to do this sort of job for the kind of money which is allowed by the health region. Caregivers complaining that the wages are too low, but the health region only allows a certain amount of money. And so you go overseas to an agency to provide care, but you interview a caregiver for a half an hour, and you are told that they have certain skills, and you hope that when they get over here they didn't lie about them. Like in particular, one case, one caregiver said that they were a midwife, which they are, but they only watched 2 babies being born, so they kind of had to still be trained how to handle catheter care and things like that, because they didn't have the direct hands-on application for that sort of thing. And then there's the whole issue of language and cultural barriers that you have to deal with. But it's like, well, when they get here, will they be so assimilated into their own culture that they don't want to learn enough English, or will they be fine? Just hope and pray that it will. I've had pretty good experience so far. But another matter is the fact that the living allowance that the government gives you is just enough to cover your living expenses. And then they say to you, well, when you need an ambulance ride home from the hospital, they say, why didn't you have a van to take you home? You go, well, the vans are $40,000 and you only give me $12,000. I wouldn't be able to eat for 3 or 4 years or do anything else if you wanted me to have a van. So the government and workers are just a little bit out of touch with what goes on there. Not that they mean to be, but it just happens. And so you just go, well, you try and explain the best you can to them too. I just hope this second caregiver gets here soon so that my mother doesn't collapse on me. Because that's one of my biggest fears. Is that something should happen to her. So it's all just a big waiting game. I hope you understand what I'm trying to tell you. And can sympathize if you have any suggestions for me. Feel free to let me know. Well, I might be here very soon.